It's only a B. She can easily belt that. Most of us can. Even someone my age can kind of chest voice that sound. But she's choosing not to. So you got to wonder. And I know she can belt. I've heard it. So this is Madison Beers, who I've never seen in my life. I just hear her music because my students have been singing it, and I feel like she's a great singer. So here she is. I'm getting the full package, this long, beautiful hair, this very cute outfit, very slick. Look at that. And the microphone dangling down. So all of these things you can consider devices to brand yourself and just ways to get under the skin of your audience. And so since I've never seen her, this is so authentic. I'm already overwhelmed with excitement for something new. I've never seen anybody do that. This is the Ellen DeGeneres show. And so I've never seen anybody just hang the microphone down like that. It's super cool. And I love all the curtains. I love everything about it so far. And the singing is fine. It's strong. It's nothing to write home about yet, but I'm just saying the overall image is overwhelming. It's good. Okay, I'm Rene Urbanovich. This is me doing a voice teacher reacts on Madison Beer. Here I go. Okay, I'm going to stop it. So she knows how to run. She knows when to run when her makeup does, which means when she's crying and her makeup is running, that's time to run away from this person, this guy, this lover. So I expected, to be honest, a little bit more chest voice. Right now she's using a middle voice. So that's when you stretch your chords into the middle area. It's not quite the head voice, but it's not the fat chest voice. Run, run, run. It's only a B. She can easily belt that. Most of us can. Even someone my age can kind of chest voice that sound. But she's choosing not to. So you got to wonder. And I know she can belt. I've heard it from my students, and students sometimes copy who they're singing with. So I expected more of a belt and I didn't get it. So I am feeling that. It feels vulnerable, doesn't it? Because she's not yelling, run, run. She's not yelling. She's not that desperate. She's more vulnerable. Run, run, run. That's her choice. She's using a middle voice. And sometimes I call that pingy or ringy, but it's not quite zingy or screamy, right? And it's not airy. So her choice is to remain somewhat vulnerable here. And there's some darkness on her face, and she's using all of that as part of the delivery. So I'm wondering why, but I'm going to keep going. But those are my reactions so far. Nice chest voice on the bottom at the beginning of the verse, and then during the chorus where we realize she's talking about crying and running away when her makeup does. That's pretty clever. I think she writes everything, so she's a great writer. Okay, so here we go. Going to finish the song out. Oh, I really like that. What is that? It's an E. And she still didn't screech it too much, did she? She used a real strong, sturdy middle voice. Loved it. And she put all those licks into it. That was phenomenal. She's good. I didn't know she could do all those licks. That's new. It's been a while, right, since people have really incorporated all those riffs and licks and R&B sensibilities. Of course, Mariah Carey began that in pop culture. She's not the first, but she was the first to bring it into super pop realm. And then, of course, Christina Aguilera. But when you listen to Kelly Clarkson or Celine Dion or any of the big divas, even Whitney Houston, she barely licked and riffed. So it's not something I've heard lately. Katy Perry doesn't do it. Taylor Swift doesn't do it. Billie Eilish doesn't do it. Lady Gaga can do it, and she'll do it sparingly. So that was really exciting to hear her do that. I want to hear it again, and I will. But I do love all the images in the song, and I love her for her performance, for a live performance. we don't get to see the band very much. So we really are just concentrating on her. And a lot of the concentration from me, since I've never seen her before, is her beauty. I can't I can't separate that. And so then when she reflects her own, sensual beauty in her voice, it's very, very strong. So the voice is still beautiful. It's not so screechy and yelly. I love the images, and I love she feels blue under the black mascara and all of that. So she is pretty proud of herself for getting rid of the guy. Anyway, it looks like her band is female as well. I'm really enjoying this. Here we go. I'm going to take it back just a little bit. And let's see if she does that riff again. Did I get it? Okay, I have to say I'm a little bit sad right now. I was very taken, and I just got emotional because I feel confused. I thought it was live, and then there was all those like it was pre-recorded. But I saw that that the band had backup mics, but they weren't even on their mics. So did I just fall for something? Was it just pre-recorded and it was just a performance? I don't feel good. I don't feel good about that. It says live on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I picked it. I came in cold. I didn't do any research ahead of time. She had me in the palm of her hand, and now I feel duped. So that being said, I will pick on her now. I don't want to be mean. I don't know how old she is. She's super young. But like Olivia Rodrigo, when she's live, she's impressive because her technique just bleeds through. She is so trained. She does not do anything that a voice teacher wouldn't be like, yay. So all those extra breaths she takes, which you can watch it again, she's sneaking breaths right and left. And even at the end there, she's sneaking a breath between make up. Now, everybody, you guys think that's all fine, but like most voice teachers say, don't breathe in the middle of a word. But I guess now with rap and all of these elongated phrases and everything, people breathe in the middle of a word. In my day, that was sort of not okay. So I'm sad that it wasn't live and that it was probably just a show. And in any case, I liked her voice. I liked her choices. If you're a singer, you can learn that middle voice. Don't just belt. It's a really great start to learn to belt, is to be in that sturdy middle for a little while, a good long time if you can. And that will only strengthen your real belt, because that, it sounds, see how middly that sounds? Woo, wah. It's very head voicey. But in the end, when you close your chords and then you add bass or resistance or both, it sounds like you're yelling, and you can sound more passionate. I'm not saying she should. I'm just saying if you kind of want to copy someone and learn to sing stage by stage, which is the only process that's really sustainable, that's a good song to sing because you can match her tone quality. Sometimes when you listen to Rene rap or like even Celine Dion or Lady Gaga, their belt is so harsh you're confused. But that's the dirty secret of voice training, is that those people that sound like they're belting an E, they're not. They're really, this is a big secret being revealed, but they're really in head voice, but they're just adding mass down the longitude of the chords. And that's how they sound screechy. And that's how they do it 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. And they never hurt themselves. Someone like Adele, she pulls up all the weight and she tries to stay in the fat chest for a really long time. And that's how she got herself into trouble. So I don't want this to be a waste of a voice teacher reacts. Because I didn't react positively at the very end. I had a feeling. But you guys can take that for what it's worth. I am a big fan of anybody doing this. I am, in the studio teaching every day, all day long. I am behind the scenes. People like Madison Beers that write their own material and that get where she is have nothing but my respect. But since I'm doing a voice teacher reacts, my first reaction was to her beauty and her slickness and her creativity as a writer and using curtains and a pull down mic. And then I just felt duped. So remember, when you are performing, you're taking the audience with you, aren't you? You're taking them with you on a trip, and you don't want them to feel duped or fooled. My husband and I, we were just watching a whodunit, and we were laughing so hard about how we are such suckers. They lead you to believe in, one segment that, oh, it's this person, and you just follow and oh, it's them, and they're playing with your mind, and then in the end you find out who done it and you had no idea, and they're so good at playing us, right? But that's kind of why you want to watch a whodunit, because it's kind of fun to play out the mystery. But when it comes to singing, you want to feel a little bit like a fly on the wall, like you get to feel their feelings and discover their discoveries with them, and especially the people that mirror yours. So if I was going through a breakup and I didn't have guts, and I needed to listen to something to inspire me to break up with some rotten lover, I would probably like listening to this, because she's got some empowerment going. She's feminine, yet she's still vulnerable. She's not that mad. I could name 10 songs where the female is so mad, and Olivia Rodrigo wrote an entire album with that kind of angst and that kind of pain. This one, not so much. She was more in the middle voice, which reflects being in the middle of a breakup, which reflects being vulnerable, and which allows her to still be feminine and beautiful without being full of screechiness. And I liked it, but I didn't like being duped that it was really pre-recorded. And if it wasn't, I'm wrong. So I'm wrong. So what? But I did feel a little bit fooled. Anyway, we as artists, we don't want to fool anyone. We want to take them with us. We want to share our heart, and we want to express the human condition so that we can unify with one another. And when somebody else has been through something, and they can guide us, they can be that shining light in the dark tunnel. Boy, does that feel good. And that's what these artists are doing. So keep that in mind as you're learning to sing, or as you're improving your technique, or as you're analyzing their performance chops. That's my 2 cents. I'm Rene Urbanovich, and I will see you next time.